It's a bright and early morning here in Hazel Park, Michigan, outside of the city of Detroit. Thanks for joining us for the last game of the Pens Elite opening weekend road trip to the Detroit metro area. This morning's game will see a rematch of an exciting 7-6 overtime win for the Pens Elite yesterday afternoon against the Chicago Mission. Looks like 7 early viewers up bright and early with the team this morning. We're excited to have you join us. I think we're going to have a little better stream today, streaming quality. We relocated the camera. The rink was nice enough to give us the luxury suite upstairs to get a little different vantage point, which we should be able to see a little more of the ice. The front right corner might be a little difficult as you look down the ice for us to see. We'll do the best we can to keep you informed as to what's going on in that corner. So as we said earlier, a rematch of a game at 2 o'clock, same rink yesterday afternoon. A game that saw the Pens Elite win 7-6 with an overtime power play goal. The Pens were able to get exceptional goaltending from William Hanner in that game and counterattack off some pretty heavy Chicago pressure. Chicago then followed up that game with a game against Detroit Honeybaked. And by reports that we've gotten, they actually fell in that game 4-3 to the Honeybaked team that the Pens beat earlier yesterday morning 4-3. Hopefully we'll have a little better sound quality as we're not next to speakers today. As again, we come to you live from the luxury suites here at Viking Arena. Up to 12 live viewers who couldn't wait to hear my voice in the morning. Actually, probably 11 who couldn't wait to hear my voice, and my wife who was hoping to go a whole day without hearing my voice. So Chicago comes into the game 0-2, two very close games against two highly skilled teams. The Pens come into the game 2-0, but again, an overtime win and a 4-3 and a holding on against Honeybaked. The Penguins' speed was evident yesterday, and their ability to counterattack on the game-winning goal, a give and go, sent in the Penguin player. I thought they got better in the second and third periods yesterday. But there were a number of times where still the Chicago Mission were able to really pin the Pens Elite team in their own end. The Pens capitalized on a lot of their scoring opportunities. Chicago had the better of the zone play time, but the Pens really picked up their defense later in the game. Early in the game, there were a lot of guys open in front. Later in the game, that became less and less as the Pens were able to pick those players up. The Pens look like they're concluding their warm-up. It's an early morning game that was exacerbated by the highway being shut down while half the team was on their way to the rink. So some of these guys just got to the rink about 15 minutes ago. Players gather around their goaltender, and the always energetic Ritson pumps the squad up. They head to the bench, and we look like we are about ready to start. So in game one yesterday, the Pens 4-3 win over Honeybaked. The goaltenders split the game. 50-50 for Clutter and Hanner. Clutter getting the start. Hanner coming in halfway through. Then yesterday's game against Mission. The goalies are going game by game at this point in time. So Hanner got the start and played the complete game. And then today it looks like it'll be Preston Clutter this morning in net for the Pens. We would expect him to get the whole game as well. Mission completes their warm-up in Chicago style with a skate side to side across the rink. The Penguins adjusting their face shields, as here in Michigan, the players are asked to wear a mask during the games. We're about ready for puck drop between the Pens Elite and the Chicago Mission. The Pens starting lineup in net, number 29, Preston Clutter. Your center, 78, Austin Wu. At left wing, number 24, Brady Paris. The right wing is number 18, Carter Schub. And your D pair, 34, Rylan Ofterhide, and 16, Dalton Julius. And we'll have a switch to that. It's going to be 77 Jake Starr and 16 Dalton Julius. I've seen quick line changes, but never 0-minute shifts. That's an interesting strategy, Cotton. Wonder if that'll work out for him. We are underway here from Michigan. Chicago looking to enter the zone. Turned back the other direction by Wu and Schub. Chicago tries to go D-to-D, pressured by Schub on the half wall. We're having trouble seeing some of the action down there. The Pens do regroup and go cross rink to Paris. Paris gets the puck to Wu. Wu loses it off of his stick, but it's followed on by Paris, kept in the zone. Chicago comes through to center, driving wide. We have a whistle of some sort, I believe. No? It's Schub behind the net. He's tripped up. No call. Oh, yes, there will be a call. Delayed penalty call on the trip from behind on Carter Schub. Again, our vantage point better for you, and we'll be able to see more of the game. Maybe not as good for me, as got the most of the right side of the rink cut off, but we'll do the best we can. It's Evans, Ritson, and Filiaggi on the power play with Ofterhide and Villela. Evans battling for the puck, and we're in offsides. Mission are in offsides, played forward by a Mission player. A draw on the faceoff. Used up about 3 minutes of power play time. We are 14 minutes left in the game. Evans wins it back to Ofterhide D-to-D. To Villela, he gets it to Filiaggi, plays it towards the middle. It's off of Ritson's stick. And played through to Filiaggi up to the left corner. Played around by the Chicago player. Cut off there by Evans. Evans to Ofterhide. Ofterhide towards the net. That's kicked aside by the goalie. Villela plays it in behind. Down low. Out to the D. Cut off by Ofterhide. He plays it across to Evans. Evans shoots. A rebound comes off, and I believe it is Ritson or Filiaggi on the rebound goal. Put the replay up for you guys. I believe the shot came over to Evans. He fired, the goalie made the save. The rebound popped down, and Bo Ritson able to roof one over the glove side into the top of the net. And the Penguins take a 1-0 lead on the power play. 30 seconds into the power play. We have 13:30 to play in the game. This one brought in and shot on net. Clutter getting his first action of the game. Makes the glove save. Defensive zone draw, won by Wu, and played around behind. The Pens battle there in the corner. Chicago played a very low to high style. They like to work the puck in behind the Penguins' net and then hit those defensemen open at the points for shots. Then they clog the middle and look to put in rebounds. They were successful quite a few times yesterday with that particular play. A battle ensues in the corner, and Chicago comes away with the puck. Up out of the offensive zone, into the Penguins' defensive zone. Shot just wide by Chicago as Brody Carter approaches the puck. Jack Reel looks to make the play. He falls down on the play, and he'll come to the corner to Starr. Starr battling there. Starr and Wu. Played in behind for Carter. Carter plays it back up the wall, looking for Starr. Penguins controlling the puck, but having trouble getting it out. It's finally to Reel, and he's up through center ice. Carrying it with speed into the offensive zone. He's got Carter with him. It comes off his stick into the corner. Reel in to get it. Reel plays it to the half wall to Brody Carter. Carter, Reel, and Evans, the forward group. Carter with the puck. I'm sorry, that's Off-Drive with the puck. He spins towards the middle, goes down. Now they're going to be shorter defensemen unless he gets up. It comes to Jack Reel, who fires. Banked off the wall by Chicago, and they exit the zone there. Gathered in by Parrish. Parrish chipping it forward. Evans, a scrum ensues at the blue line. Comes back to the Penguins defenseman Off-Drive. He looks to play it cross ice into the offensive zone, but it's picked off and brought back to center. Chicago circling at their blue line, finding the breakout, looking for the tip up, tip back play with speed, but Chicago brings it in off sides. We'll have a stop and play in a neutral zone draw. It's going to be Paris, Shub, and Evans. Villela and Julius. Brady Paris into the offensive zone. He's got Carter Shub going with him. A pass across off his stick into a corner. Shub plays it in behind. Pressured there by Evans. A battle in the corner. Evans comes away with it and finds Paris, his shot on net. Kicked aside by the Chicago goaltender. But the Pens look to regroup through center. The Pens carrying play here early. A shot high by Paris. The rebound shot followed on by Evans. Stopped. Puck goes to a corner, sent back on net. Low to high the Penguins go. Villela with the shot. Rebound came out, and now Chicago will look to counterattack. It's up into the Penguin defensive zone, cut off nicely by Villela. He plays it in behind the net. A battle there, the Chicago team outnumbering the Pens, throwing it to the front of the net where it's gobbled up by the goaltender Clutter. We'll get a stop and play, a change in lines for both squads. And we've got the face-off win by Wu, comes across to Ritson, the goal scorer in the game. Ritson in up the right side. Carrying the puck, whistle blows. I think they might have called an offside. Just we'll have a neutral zone face-off again for the Pens. Ritson had some speed. I'm not sure if it was Filiaggi offside on the left. Wu wins the draw. Tied up in his skates, and it comes through to Filiaggi. He's in a battle there. Wu follows on in support. Throws one towards the net, put him behind. Ritson to it. Ritson loses control behind the net, pressured by Filiaggi, and the puck comes through to Wu. He loses it to the Chicago defenseman who looks to break out. Cut off and gathered in by Merlot. Merlot chipping it forward. Battle on the corner, or on the half, or on the wall. It's Merlot, Filiaggi backing him up. It comes to Filiaggi. He finds Wu. Wu into the zone. He fires low. Off the pad. Kicked out nicely. Pressured in the zone by Filiaggi. Now Chicago comes the other way with speed. It's Off-Drive defending. A centering pass cut off by Filiaggi. The puck to the point, though. That's where Chicago can be dangerous. That shot blocked by Filiaggi, and he's up the ice. He's got a step. He's also got Ritson. Goes in, fires on the backhand. That's just past the reach of Bo Ritson. Evans pressuring, Filiaggi pressuring. They keep it in the zone. Oh, popped out by Chicago to center ice, and we have a whistle. I believe we have an offside call. Again, it's tough to see the right-hand side of the rink as you're looking at the screen. For both you and me, neutral zone faceoff would indicate an offsides to me. And the Penguins win the draw and get it in. It's Evans after the puck. Evans working it over towards Carter. Chicago comes away with it there. Pops free to Brody Carter onto the stick of Real. Real towards the net. Off Evans, sticking just wide. A deflection attempt there. Now Real gathers it in. He looks to the point. Low to high go the Penguins. It's Dalton Julius stepping in, firing off the blocker. A great save by Chicago. And Chicago will play the counterattack game. This game a little bit opposite of the game that we had yesterday where Chicago controlled the early play and the Penguins counterattacked. Today it looks like the Pens controlling the play early on and Chicago counterattacking. Plays in behind the Penguins net. 2-on-2 banging there. The puck pops free and it's Brody Carter up the wing. Played back by Chicago, and it'll be the Penguin defenseman looping it around to the other side. No further than the Chicago defenseman who's under pressure from Jack Real. He peels off the boards, plays it in nicely. Dalton Julius defending as well as Villela, and they get control. Played up off the boards for Carter, but he's stopped by the defense. Evans threw the puck. Finally to Real. Real tries to get it out unsuccessfully. Kept in again. This is where Chicago got dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything earlier about the play. Brody Carter stepping up. He gets stepped into and the Pens come 2-on-1. It's Real and Evans. Evans about 17 steps off sides as Real cut to the right. The Pens are in offsides again. They had a chance there. Both those guys at the end of a long shift, though. And this will allow the Pens to get a change for the neutral zone draw. It's into the Chicago end. They look to break out. Pressure from the Pens comes and it's flipped back in front. A shot from Wu fought off by the Chicago goalie. He's playing a heck of a game so far, this one. He's been challenged a bit more in this game than he was early in yesterday's. Again, a 7-6 win for the Pens as the Pens come the other way. It's Brady Paris into the left side of the offensive zone. It's worked back to the defenseman Merlot, who had a goal in yesterday's game. Worked back down for Carter. Carter throwing it towards the net, battled for there. I'm sorry, that was Wu towards the net. Chicago looks to break out. Throws it the whole way down the ice. Chicago will go for a line change, no icing on the play. The Pens come out with it. It's Merlot with a tough turnover there. And Clutter with a great save down low. Now Chicago will go to work in the corner. Cycling there. Pressured from Starr. Played in behind where Merlot will go after it. Chicago turns, looks back door, no one home. Comes to the opposite corner where it'll be pressured again by the Pens. This time Starr comes away with it. He skates it up and the Pens will look for a change. Couple guys get on, but the Chicago team comes in offsides. We have an offsides at the Penguin blue line. Another neutral zone face-off. 6:08 to play in the first period. A 1-0 Pens Elite lead. It's the line of Evans, Ritson, and Filiaggi. That face-off won by Chicago. They get it into the Penguins' end, but it's played right back out by Julius. D to D goes Chicago looking for the breakout. Just past the stick of Evans. Chicago's in the zone. Played to the left corner. They work down low, but it'll be Ritson coming out with it, looking for Filiaggi off the stick of Evans to Ofterhide. Ofterhide in, firing just wide. Ofterhide, great job of the D engaging on that play. This time Julius tries to keep it at the point. He's unsuccessful. The Pens cycle back, gaining control. A big collision there between Ritson and a Chicago player. It's played into the right side corner of the Pen zone. Pens getting pressure from Evans. Chicago looking to break out. They get it up the wing, coming out 2-on-3, but it's with speed. Nicely kept wide by Villela. In behind the net goes Chicago. They bring it to the left corner, looking back door, spinning with it in front, getting a shot, getting gobbled up by Clutter. Another test on the young goalie for the Pens as Chicago starting to turn up the offensive zone action here. You got to figure for Chicago a 7:30 start Eastern time is 6:30 Chi-Town time. An early one for these kids. They look like they're getting their legs. Chicago wins the draw. Back to the point. Handled there, looking back door. They scored their first goal like that yesterday afternoon. It's into the left corner of the Penguin zone. It's Austin Wu on the puck with Jake Starve. Played up and out by Jack Reel. He's got speed, pressuring the Chicago defenseman, who makes a wonderful move and plays it up for the breakout. They enter 3-on-4, the back checking. Wu's stick in the way. Battled for there by Starr, and out with it comes Villela. He looks to break the puck out. Looks to reverse. Does so. Plays it up towards Reel. Reel poking at it with his stick. Unsuccessful. Comes into the middle. A shot on. Stopped and in the paraphernalia of one Jake Starr. Blocking the shot out front. And it got stuck in his gear. Pens will get a line change here. Probably a needed one. They were pinning their own end a little bit there. A defensive zone draw for Pittsburgh. Won by Chicago. It's out to the point. Played into the corner. It'll be Evans battling there. He comes away with it. Looks to break out. He's stopped. Played in behind by Chicago. But it's on to the stick of Brady Parrish. He tries to go around. Stopped nicely by the Chicago forward. Worked in behind, and out comes Julius with it for Parrish. Parrish up off the wall, but it's turned back again by Chicago. Here's another pass. Stopped again by Chicago. They keep it in, but it's finally chipped out by Reel. Reel loses it there, and Chicago comes back in. Tilting the ice in their favor now. Shot in on Clutter, gobbled up. Another great save from the Penguin goalie. 1-0 Pittsburgh here in the first period. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to play. A goal off the stick of Bo Ritson. Early in this one has the Penguins with the advantage. Austin Wu wins the draw, but it's taken back by Chicago. Played to the point. They look for the deflection in front to the stick of Villela. He plays it up into the point again. This one will get out of the zone, however, as Chicago look to go D-to-D. Bo Ritson with some pressure. Played into the zone, but it'll be an offside call again. Another neutral zone draw here in this one. Chicago tilting the ice in their favor for the latter part of this period. Wu wins this one to Filiaggi, who finds Ritson. Ritson taking it in. Looks and finds Wu. He's one-on-one, a shot right into the chest. Saved and gobbled up. And the Pens will have some offensive zone time here. Pens Elite 1, Chicago Mission 0. It'll be Wu, Filiaggi, and Ritson. The D pair looks like Starr. And I can't tell the other side. Maybe Merlot. The Twin Towers back there. It is Merlot. Face-off won by Pittsburgh. Stopped by the feet of Starr. He plays it into a corner. Austin Wu to the puck. He plays it up the half wall to Ritson. Ritson fires towards the net just wide. Out comes Chicago with it. The back-checking Filiaggi tying him up in the neutral zone. They look to drop it, and reverse does Chicago. They enter the zone with speed down the opposite side. Pressured there by Merlot. Strong play on the wall. Puck comes up to the point. Challenged there by Wu. Chicago sends it back into the corner. Played in behind the net. Chicago possesses. They look to come out to the front. Pressure there. Knocked off his stick nicely, and it's up the half wall to Filiaggi. Tied up there. He goes down, and Merlot follows on, and Wu. It's Filiaggi and Wu. Filiaggi still on the ice, trying to bat the puck out of the zone. The Pens unable to do so. Finally, the skate of Wu kicks it free. It's back to a Chicago defenseman. They go D to D and look to regroup. Chicago controlling the puck here. Evans pressures, steals it. He's got Ritson with him, but he fires it looks like it went off the defender's stick high and wide. Ritson to the puck. He loses control, and Chicago comes up, not out. Sent back in, and finally cleared by the Mission. They come in one-on-one, but the back-checking Pens cut off the play. They peel up and center. Nice job there. Shot just wide. Collected in by Ofteride. He centers for Evans. It's off his stick and played back into the corner. Evans up to it for Ritson. Ritson gets out of the zone. A little hook, but plays it through to Brody Carter with speed. Carter into the corner. Chicago works it free there, and they look to come up ice. Successful breakout again. Picked off by Ofteride. Plays it up to the feet of Evans. He's unable to collect the puck. Reel in behind. His pressure forces a turnover, but it's bounced off a Penguin stick right back to Chicago, and they look to counter with speed, bringing it in wide, stopping, centering to the back door. The stick of Julius in the way. Evans cycling back on the back check, brings it up and out. He's looking for Real, but it's hip high and picked off by Mission. Mission plays it back into Ofteride. Ofteride looks for the breakout. Plays it into the corner, though. There, Chicago will battle turning with it. 2 Pens. 3 Pens, 2 Chicago players, but Chicago comes away. Battle switches sides to the opposite side where Julius attacks. Low to high to the point man, shot in on net, rebound sitting out in front, cleared by Ofteride, and he takes the heat out of a very, very hot Kitchen, sending it down. Pressure from Real. He waves his stick at it unsuccessfully. Pens were able to complete most of a line change in behind as the period expires. And we hit the first intermission. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 1, the Chicago Mission 0. A goal in this one off the stick of 13 Ritson. A rebound in front that he's able to roof over the glove hand side. The Pens did get some early action in the period, carrying the early part of play. The young goaltender for Chicago coming up big on a number of stops. The latter part of the period saw the Mission carry play in the Pens' end. They were able to set up that low to high pressure. The Pens doing a lot better job covering in front than they did early in the game yesterday. Not too many wide open chances today for the Mission players, but Clutter's been equal to every test so far. A couple exceptional down-low saves for Clutter that he was also able to gobble up and force the face-off. That's been important for the Penguins here. It's allowing them to stay a little bit more fresh in their defensive zone. Chicago doing a lot of playing it from side to side, trying to get the Penguins to chase. They were successful at times yesterday, less successful today. This game has a little bit less, I think, speed to it than yesterday's game. But Chicago playing a little bit more of a counterattack style than they did yesterday. Later in that period, they got to the game a little bit better. And now we'll see what period number 2 brings. It's 1-0 Pens Elite. We'll switch ends of the ice here. Again, we should see the whole game for the Penguin goaltender as Hanner played the entire game yesterday. And to start period number 2, we're going to have Carter Schub, Brady Paris, and Austin Wu, with Jake Starr and David Merlot on D. Face-off won by Wu, but taken in by Chicago. They're into the Penguins' end. Pressured there as they gain the right side of the zone. Centering pass cut off again by the Penguin defense. Played up and out of the zone. Here comes Paris. Paris skating hard, but it's knocked off his stick. Back comes Chicago. A 2-on-2. They crisscross. Playing it up high to the point. That shot from out high goes just wide. Chicago gathers it on the wall. They work there. Back towards the point. Pressured again by Paris. Sent back deep by Chicago. And it'll be Wu getting to the puck. Wu up off the boards to Brady Paris. He's out of the Penguin zone. Pressured there, battling at center ice. I can't necessarily see what's happening, but the play flows back into the Pens and a centering pass. Cut off by Penguin D, Starr and Schub. Starr goes to work in the corner. Leans in, but puck's taken from him. Chicago plays it side to side, back out in front, picked off by the Pens, and they look to come the other way. A breakout pass knocked down by Chicago and sent back in offside. A nice tip of that puck. Too bad for Chicago, they had a player still in the zone. That was Lidstrom-esque right there. It'll be Evans, Ritson, and Filiaggi, the trio up front. Ofterhyde and Villela on the back end. Penguins Chicago has control. They go D to D and break the puck into the Pens end with speed. A shot on net, gloved by Clutter and held. That was a very hard shot from the top of the circles. No traffic in front allowed Clutter to see it, get the glove on it, and hold it for a stop and play. Defensive zone draw, 13:26 to play. Evans wins this one. Penn's doing a little better on the faceoffs. He wins it to Ofterhyde. Ofterhyde looks for Ritson. Off his stick to the Chicago defenseman. He banks it off his teammate, but gets it into the corner where Ofterhyde will go back to work. He comes out with the puck and hits Filiaggi. Filiaggi looks for Evans. He's got a little bit of speed into the zone. Does he have the angle? He does not. He fires one into the glove. I didn't know if he had the angle to cut in. He didn't. He took the shot up a little bit, and the goaltender able to glove that one down. It'll be Wu in to take the draw. Won by Chicago. In behind their own net, and they look to reverse, but he reversed right into the Penguin forward. A battle there. The Penguins reversed now. Taken in by Chicago and played up but not out. Stopped at the blue line. Oh, he gets his pocket pick there, and it'll be a 1-on-1, 2-on-1. Penguins back checking, make it a 2-2-on-2, 2-on-3, but it's centered, and they put it in the back of the net. They came out with speed, chipped it past the defender at the blue line, and there was only one Penguin back. The Penguins did a good job of back checking, but the crisscrossing Chicago team able to get somebody open in front. The shot came through. Clutter got the first one, but the rebound sat there, and they were able to pop it in behind and tie the game at 1. 12:35 to play in period number 2, and we've got a tie game. Chicago been carrying a lot of the play here recently. Into the offensive zone. Hand pass called on the Pens. A hand pass on the Pens will have a neutral zone face-off. Actually, a center ice face-off. It's almost like we're starting the game over again, folks. All tied up. Center ice draw. Chicago wins it, but it's the whole way down in their own end. They look to break out, but the Penguins' pressure keeps it in. Penguins look to cycle. Chicago comes away with it, but not completely. Now they do. They're up through center. 3-on-2. Played across, but broken up by the Pens' defense. Pens look to come out. It's the Pens' D-man off a skate. If that could have gotten through, he potentially had Reel. Turned over at the blue line. It's Carter to Reel. In on his backhand, a great save by the goalie, stretching out to stop Jack Reel on his backhand. The Pens keep the pressure in. Brody Carter threw it back in front. Austin Wu comes out with it. Played back to the point, sent on net, stopped there by Chicago, and now they'll come the other direction. Reel on the back check. The play stopped up by the Penguin defense, though, and it's battled for there. The Pens come away with it. Flipped up, and again it's Reel. Getting behind. Loses a glove, I believe. Goes down on the play. Pens looking for complete their line change. Chicago looking to come out of their end. They do. Bring it into the right side. Pressured by Evans. Back in front, a Stickamer low gets in the way of that one. He nicely plays it behind the net around a Chicago player. Cut off there before he can make the breakout pass, and the battle on the half wall won by Chicago. They come in behind the net. A little deception. Fake one way, bring it the other. Create some space, work it up high. That gets past the defenseman at the point. Pressured by Paris. Paris forcing the defenseman in behind the net. He looks to reverse, but he does so right back into traffic. The Pens are there. It's out in front. Played in front to the stick of Paris and into the back of the net. Brady, Paris, pressure from Paris, and is that Shub? No, Evans. Evans with the pressure deep. That defenseman went, Brady Paris forced the defenseman in behind the net, and as he went in behind the net, Paris went to cut him off on the other side. The defenseman stopped, went right back into danger. The puck popped back out in front to the stick of Evans. Evans played it in front for Paris. He held it just long enough to get the goalie moving, and when the goalie moved, he put it where the goalie was instead of where he moved to, and the Penguins take a 2-1 lead. Just over 10 minutes to play in period number 2. An exciting third game of the road trip. Early morning, caught in traffic, but the Pens are coming out battling hard. Chicago looking to get it into the offensive zone. A battle on the wall. We're unable to see that part of the rink here. The puck is worked into the Penguins' end. I can't tell who's to the puck. I think it's Wu. Now Chicago turns out front. Great save by Clutter. Into the corner. That came from the corner out front. Now Wu to the puck. He's flat-footed but able to get it to center ice. Nice play by Wu there. That's tough when you're standing still at the blue line. Chicago regains. They've got speed. They're moving with it. A shot on net goes wide into the corner. Pens will be the first ones there. They look to break out, but it's turned back the other way. Work back into the corner for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh throws it cross ice to Bo Ritson. Coming like a train down the side. He looks back door. He finds Filiaggi. Filiaggi with a great shot. Fought off by the goaltender. Ritson with some pressure. Forcing a turnover. Chicago looks to break and can't. The stick of Ofterhide there. He plays it deep. Evans with pressure. D-to-D by the Mission. They look up ice to connect on a long, long pass. It'll be just out of his reach, too far, and we'll have an icing on the play. 9 minute, 8:54. Remaining period 2, the Penguins lead 2-1. Goals by Ritson and Paris. It'll be Evans on the faceoff. He's got Carter and Reel. The D pair, Julius and Ofterhide. Evans wins it towards Carter. Comes off the wall to Ofterhide. He looks to center, but it's picked off, and back comes Chicago. They've got numbers. Forced wide by Julius. They look to center, the back-checking Reel in the way. Collision in the middle of the ice there. Stick one. Puck tipped forward by Julius to Reel. Reel finds Evans. Evans tries to go around the defender unsuccessfully, but it comes to Reel. Reel and Evans work. Worked up and out by Chicago. Now the back-checking Carter in the way. Chicago gains the zone. The stick of, I believe that's Ofterhide, forcing the play to stall a bit, and back comes Jack Reel. Chicago comes in, 3-on-2 into the zone, got a little bit of room in, and oh, what a shot. That kid just stuck it in a corner, coming across. The puck came through. He had just a little bit of room. He took it to the right, drove to the right. Cutter comes out to cut the angle. But the kid just rifles one into the top corner over the glove of Clutter. Not much you could do about that one, and we have a tie game with 8:05 to play. Like two heavyweights just punching back and forth. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna be the one to make a play? The Penguins now deep in the Chicago end. Chicago looks to break out. That's cut off. Worked up but not out. The stick of Star keeps it in for a moment. Played up finally by Chicago. But the Pens will regroup at center. It'll be Ritson for Wu. Into the zone. I'm sorry, that was Shub for Wu to Paris to Shub. Battle in front. A couple nice saves down low by the Mission goalie. The Penguins control the puck battle for the puck in the corner. Chicago tries to reverse, but it comes out to the stick of Paris, and now it's in the net. We have the puck in the net. I don't know if it's Schub or Paris getting the goal, but those two have been havoc in front of the net for the Pens today in this second period. Paris and Schub from behind the net working it out in front. We're going to show you the replay. I don't know who gets a stick on it. On that replay, it's in the corner, works back in front. Paris has the celebration. I'm not sure who had the goal. We'll have to find out after the game. We think it's Carter Schub with the jam-in goal, his specialty. Chicago into the Pens' end, but the Pens are able to bring it back up. Chicago looks to counter. They've got speed, but they were offside, so they curl back. Played back, pressured by Ritson, and he comes away with it. He's looking, fires one backdoor to Evans. I think he missed, or else it was a save. I couldn't tell. Tough angle up here again. Chicago counters. Pens with a nice scoring chance. Ritson played it across. Now it's Ritson for Ofterhide on the breakout. Evans will pressure in behind the net. He goes down. Got to keep your feet there. Centered by Chicago out front. Unable to get a good shot off, though. Kind of bounced off the kid's stick. The Pens play it in behind, but it's right to a Chicago player. They go low to high again. Trying to get the Pens to chase. The Pens do a lot better job on that one. Not getting too crazy. A shot comes in from the point. Rebound sitting out. Swooped in by, looked like Filiaggi. Evans chips it up the center. It's off his body. Filiaggi skating onto it. He's got a break. He's got a step. Rebound. Oh, he was a hack from behind. Disrupted the shot. Definitely got in on the hands. No call. That's a tough no call there. A shot from behind on his hands caused the puck to flutter off of his stick. A save by the goalie doing splitsies there. The puck sat out front for a second, but the Pens unable to get to it. The goalie covers and will have an offensive zone draw for the line of Wu, Reel, and Carter. Carter spinning with it, knocked off his stick. Chicago looks to come out. Carter with the back check. Puck played up into the corner. Carried in behind by the Mission. They play it up nicely to the wing with space. He looks to the other side. Chicago does a good job of keeping guys open on the back side to create space. And when they get it, they have some time. Potentially forcing the Pens to chase. Chicago coming in from behind the net. Played it up to the half wall. Pressured there. It's 3 Penguins, 2 Mission. Let's see who comes away with this one. Well, now it's 2-on-2, and it's Chicago who comes away. They center it. Nice coverage in front again for the Pens. Brought up and out of the Pens' end, and the battle ensues on the wall, and out comes Chicago with it. They skate to the left. Pressured nicely by Reel. He'll gather the puck in behind with some speed. If he can get going here, he can get out. He does get out of the zone. No further as the Mission collapse on that and turn it back into the Penguins' defensive zone. A battle on the half wall. The puck comes out high. A high shot from out at the point, stopped by Clutter and covered. So the Pens doing a better job covering in front. They have a 3-2 lead here. Those shots from the point, Clutter's able to see them. Yesterday, Chicago had a bit more traffic in front, looking for those rebounds. Clutter's doing a great job of making the save and getting the cover. The Pens will go back to work here. Let's see who's on the ice. It's Paris. It's Paris and Schub with Evans. These boys have a couple tallies in this one. This grinding line caused a lot of trouble for Chicago. Star at the blue line keeps it in, and the Pens will pressure. Played in behind by Chicago as they look to come out of the zone. Cut off there nicely and played into the corner. It'll be Paris to Evans. Evans out front looking to center, unsuccessful. Taking off his stick. Schub with the pressure, but Chicago will come out looking to break. Paris cuts it off. Turned back over to Chicago. Played right to the blue line onside, and they get into the zone, but it's the skate of Shub, and skating onto it is Ofterhide. Stays with the play as a battle happens on the half wall. Looks like it's worked back into the Pens end, and the Pens will go D to D, and then up to Evans. Evans off the wall, trying to pick it up on the other side, but nice play by the Chicago D there. The puck comes to Paris. Paris shoots it in, no icing. Played in beside the net. It's in behind. The Pens will get a full change. Nice job there, getting it deep, getting the change. Penguins get 5 new fresh legs out on the ice. Chicago looks to come in. That back checking by Filiaggi, breaking that play up, and he turns the other direction. He's into the offensive zone. He's got Wu and Ritson. That puck shot towards the net goes wide. Carried on by Filiaggi, but he overskates the puck, and Chicago will come out the other direction. Actually, I think that was not Filiaggi. I have no idea who it was. Saw the hair. Saw the hair and went with it. It might have been Julius. Neutral zone draw as Chicago's offsides on the play. I feel like Bill Hillgrove up here. I'm going to call a touchdown for Ben Roethlisberger here real soon. It's harder to see the names and numbers from our vantage point, guys, so do the best we can. Chicago works the puck in the neutral zone. It finally finds the stick of Austin Wu for Pittsburgh, but he's pressured there, and it's a turnover. Chicago has it. The Pens need to get control and get it out. Wu plays it back for his defense, but Chicago's in the way. A centering pass cut off by Ritson, but he turns it over, and a shot off the blocker, a clutter in behind. Played up and not out. More danger for Chicago. They play it in behind the net. Pens really needed to get that puck out when they had it up at that blue line. Blue line exits were a big issue yesterday. They get out this time, but Chicago picks it off at center, looking to re-enter. And it's Ritson. Ritson goes to war there and gets it deep. The Pens will get another change. Fresh legs on the ice again for Pittsburgh. Pressured in behind, it's Evans, forcing the defender to turn and coming away with it. He's got the puck, works it up high. Ofterhide turns with it. Like a yo-yo on his stick. Wheel turns. He throws it to the net. Evans deflects it. Goalie makes the save. Rebound. Goalie makes the save again. Covers up. Pens were looking to stretch that lead out. And a couple nice stomps by this Mission goaltender. Really showing up strong here today. Evans wins the draw back. Ofterhide towards the net, blocked by Chicago. They come the other way. Numbers back for the Pens. They try to dump and chase. It'll be Merlot knocking it out of the air, playing it in behind. Fakes one way, goes the other, runs a switch with Ofterhide. He skates into a little bit of trouble, and Chicago comes away behind the net. Pressured and kept wide, played up to the point. Tried to center, but again, a Penguin defender there. Pens look to come out and do. Worked up to Reel. Reel in all alone. He makes a move. And another save. Holy heavens. This goalie coming up big. Maybe one too many moves. The goalie looked deep in the net there. Evans with the puck, turning with it. Working it to the wall. It's Carter. Sending it back in deep. Behind the net. Stopping and starting. Not sure who that is behind. Centers it looking for Carter. That was Reel in behind the net. Centered it for Carter. Nice play there. Chicago counters and comes the other way, but it's cut off. And here come the Penguins again. Getting it deep into the Chicago end, but they did so from beyond the red line, and we will have an icing. The Pens will change up their lines here. Some nice pressure from the Pens on that last possession. Breakaway for Reel stopped. Evans falling across was stopped. And then a nice centering pass from Reel in behind the net. Chicago wins the draw, keeps it in the Penguins' end. They look to center, cut off again by the Penguins' defense. Big difference in this game is that right there. Yesterday, those guys in front of the net for Chicago were wide open. Today, there's Penguin defenders in the way. They're getting sticks on those pucks. I think the Penguins have had at least equal, if not a slight advantage in the play so far in this game. But a big difference has been the goaltending for Mission and the Penguins' defensive zone coverage. Two big improvements over the game yesterday. It's probably why the game is 3-2, and yesterday's game ended 7-6. We have a 3-2 game. We got 2 goals by the grinding line of Shub and Paris. 2 heavy goals in front of the net. We have a rebound goal from Ritson. And that's where we get the Penguins 3 goals. And the Chicago Mission 2. End of period number 2. We'll be back for period number 3 in a minute. The referees are signaling ready to play. The Mission are getting a lesson at the bench. We're going to throw 15 minutes on the clock. It's a 3-2 Penguins lead. They've had a couple chances to make it 4-2. Hopefully not burying any of those. Will not come back to bite them. Goalies are ready and the puck is down. Wu wins it back to Villela. Villela to Star. Star up for Shub. Shub moving it towards Wu. He skates through the puck. Carries it into the right side. Looking back door. Unable to get it across to Paris. Shub goes to work in the corner. Chicago looks to counter. Intercepted by Paris. Sent right back into Wu and right into the glove. A great shot from Austin Wu. Gloved nicely. This young goaltender for Chicago having a day today. The Pens win the draw again, but Chicago able to come to center. Battle on this side of the wall. Not sure who's going to come away with it. It looks like Pittsburgh. Now it looks like Chicago, and it is. Chicago turns, unable to gain the zone. The stick of Paris in the way, and they'll look to regroup. D to D and work it up, but it's fanned on there, and Chicago does gain entry. A centering pass. Oh, gets through Clutter. Then they tried to bank it off of him afterwards. Clutter went to cover. It just got past him. No harm, no foul on that one. They tried to throw it back off of Clutter, but he was there to cover. Evans, Filiaggi, and Ritson, the forward line. Julius and Ofterhide now in behind on D. We have a whistle. Oh, the net comes off. We have a whistle. The net off its moorings. That shot from high went wide. And we'll go back to it. Evans wins it to Ritson. Oh, he almost had a step. The stick just in the way. Evans pressuring now. Chicago with the puck. Popped up and out of the zone by the Pens. It was Ritson carrying it in. That's turned over there, but it comes back to Ofterhide. He gets it poked off his stick, and Chicago looks to counter. Dalton Julius back, but centered. Off the post. Clutter comes out to challenge. A nice play from Chicago as they were able to pressure the puck, force the turnover. The kid couldn't get a step on the defender, but he played it across as his teammate busted towards the net. A pseudo breakaway there. Clutter comes out and challenges, and the kid rings one off the post in behind. I don't know that he had much more than that because I think Clutter got a piece. Villela playing it in behind. Pens look to break out. Stopped by the Chicago D. That was a problem last game. Worked low to high, back in front. Clutter with a big save, but the rebound comes out. He got the first two, the shot that came in, and the first rebound stretching out, but unable to, puck popped right to the young man from Chicago who was able to blast it past him and tie the game at 3. 13:05 to play, period number 3. And we've got another tie game. These two teams have just battled back and forth for the last 2 days. It has been fun to watch. Jack Reel into the offensive zone. Playing it to the middle, looking for Brody Carter. Comes away with it and plays it high to Villela. Looking across the ice for Wu. We have a penalty. A trip. Who's the trip on? Looks like Chicago. So the Pens will have a turkey. It is on the table. And it is a power play for Pittsburgh. We are going to see the line stay out. It's Reel, Brody Carter, and Austin Wu. Wu wins the draw back to Ofterhide. He's got Ofterhide and Starr with him. Over to Starr. He blasts one just wide. Pens looking to get some pressure in front. Comes free to Brody Carter. Jack Reel. He centers. Turning with it. He creates some space. Dangers here for the Pens. Back to the point to Starr. Starr looks to Ofterhide. Ofterhide looks to get it deep. Turned aside by Chicago, and they'll get it not out of the zone. Kept in by Pittsburgh. It's Brody Carter and Ofterhide battling. They work it down. I believe it's Reel coming out with it. Goes towards the net, throws one just wide. Wu to the puck. He's possessing, turning. Nice play. Gets into the middle. Shoots just wide of the net. It'll be Reel getting to it. Deception. Throws it out in front. He's got it. Oh, he missed the net, I think. Austin Wu. Jack Reel sent it across. Austin Wu, the goalie, he had the goalie down. I think he just missed wide. Played up and finally out by Chicago. Now, dangerously, Chicago scored a couple short-handed goals yesterday. This chance broken up by a speedy back-checking Brody Carter. They'll possess the puck in behind the net, and the Pens will look to bring it out. It's the stick of Ofterhide. Oh, Ofterhide loses control, but regains it. Looks opposite side. He gets Brody Carter. Carter's looking for a change. He gets it to Reel. Reel at the end of a long shift here. Minute and a half into the power play, and they were on earlier. Evans pressures. No further than Villela, though. Villela comes out with it. Turning. Looking. Possessing. Played to the point. And worked to Shub. Worked deep for Paris and Evans in deep into the Chicago end. But Chicago will come and counter and come back the other way. It's Julius for Villela. Villela back to Julius. Penguins reverse course. Played up and off the skate of Evans to the stick of Paris. He cuts in. Pulls it through. Shoots! Oh, I think the goalie made a nice save there, too. A little toe drag snap for Brady Paris. Brody. Bill Hillgrove. I promise you folks, I am not drinking this morning. I may have had one or two last night, though. Penguins looking for the puck in their own end. A nice backhand tap by Evans. Gets it up to Shub. Shub finds Paris. Off his foot and into a corner. He'll go to battle there. Chicago looks to break it out and does. But the centering pass broken up by Paris and redeflected by Chicago. Chicago changing in behind the play. They possess in the corner. Chance for the Pens to get out. Ofterhide plays it up. Not out. And Chicago will go to work. Now Chicago has fresh bodies on the ice. They completed a change and managed to pin the Pens in. That forechecking pressure by Chicago creating some trouble here. And it'll be the Pens coming out 2-on-1. It's Brady Paris in. He looks. He fires. Shuby finds himself in the net again. We saw him there a couple times last year, too. He's gotten the puck into the net and himself into the net in this game. Driving the net hard, that's what the kid does. Drawing some of the attention of the goalie, Brady Paris, with a nice shot. Another nice save from the Chicago goalie, 9:21 to play, tie game. Pens have had their chances. They need to capitalize on one. They need somebody to bury it. Off of a stick and played in behind. Jake Starr back to get it. Starzy wraps around. He's knocked off his feet but gets the breakout pass up. That breakout pass unable to get out of the zone, but Starr takes it back, finds Wu. Wu looks up for Ritson. He's unable to connect, but it's into the Chicago end. Ritson and Filiaggi go to work. Filiaggi on the forecheck. Great forechecking day yesterday for that young man as well. The Penguins work with the puck. Up high, it's Wu sending it deflected in front. It's not get through. That was Ritson, I believe, with the deflection. A big shot from Villela doesn't connect, and now it's Filiaggi to the puck. He looks to go one way. Chicago takes it and sends it the other. Reversed by the Mission up ice to a breaking player, but the steady stick and body position, Tino Villela comes away with it. He looks to run the breakout. He was looking for his D partner, Starr. Could have been dangerous there if he turned it over. Starzy needed to be towards the middle on that one. Played back in, and a shot just wide by Chicago, and it's on the half wall. Jake Starr back to work. Carries it in behind with power and speed. He's got a step, and he's going to go. Nicely cut off by the stick of a Chicago player and played up into the Chicago end. No ice, no too many men. Good call by the officials. They play it in front, almost stuck it in their own net. Now it's going to be Evans. Evans with the pressure, plays it up high to Ofterheide. Ofterheide looking back to Evans. 34 to 43, 43 to 34. Played in front and battled for. Nobody able to come away with it, but now it's Chicago. A back-checking Brody Carter breaking this play up. A centering pass doesn't get through. Evans will swoop through to the puck and carry with speed. It's 2-on-3. It's Evans and Reel. They've got some speed. Evans makes a nice move, throws it in front. It goes just past the stick of Reel. He was peeling off to the right. I think Evans expected him to stop. Now Chicago counters. They're into the Penguins' end. They look to center. It's battled for in a quarter. And won by Pittsburgh. Played in behind. They look to break out. Stopping and starting is off the right. He spins with it, plays it up to the half wall, caught there, and centered out through center ice to Reel. Reel on the zone right now as the Pens changing. Unable to get it deep, so Chicago will come the other way. Pens with the fresh unit out, except for, I believe, Reel at the end of his shift. Chicago possessing and pulling it wide. They're going to look backdoor, unable to do so because of the pressure from Parrish. But now it's turned over. They look 1, 2, 3, 4. What a freaking play. Holy cow. The Pens were unable to get it out of their zone, and that's been the bugaboo, folks. Unable to get it out of their zone, turned it over at the blue line, and it created a 3-on-1 down low for Chicago Mission. They take a 4-3 lead on the play, and I think every player touched the puck 6 times before they shot. Right down in front of the net. We had a couple Penguins, I believe 1 or 2 Penguins at the end of too long of a shift, unable to get off, and then a turnover, creating trouble. Now Chicago works it in behind again, their first lead of the game. A 4-3 Chicago lead. Can the Pens make the comeback? They've had their chances. They got to bury one. Here's another opportunity. Parrish picks it off and hits Carter Shube. He's in. He's pressured. He's taken down, no call. He gets a good no call. He had good body position, and he went down. I don't think there was a trip or a hold. Chicago comes the other way with speed. Plenty of Penguins back. They curl. Look to reset. Do so. Hitting the young man back door. He makes a move around, and he's going to toe drag. Puck dropped to his teammate who fires high and wide. It's brought up by Evans. Evans for Shube. Picked off nicely by Chicago, but followed on by Starr. A tip from Shube. Nice play. Starr finds Evans. Evans falls. He's tripped. There is a call. I wasn't sure if he fell or was tripped. He gets tripped on the play. We'll have a Penguin power play. Player got the stick into him. I thought Evans had a bit of a break there. Was unable to get the shot off. But instead we'll have a Penguin power play. .5:20 to play in the period. Pens complete a line change here. 5:20 to play. Put 2 minutes on the box on a power play. Penguins trail 4-3 in this one. A very hard-fought game. The Pens have had some chances. The goalies made some stops for Chicago. Chicago's very good. They've countered. They've possessed the puck. They make some backdoor plays. They've capitalized on a couple rebounds. I think we've seen just a solid game overall. Now we need to see the Penguins with the fortitude, with the grit, with the desire to come back in this one. Jake Starr cuts a play off there, and he's going to look to go the other way. He's carrying it with speed. Up the middle of the ice, he's got his teammates with him. He drives to the right. Centered back across, in behind the net. It goes, and it's picked up there by Filiaggi, who possesses, works it to Ritson. Ritson centers, looking for Wu. Comes past him. Wu battling two Chicago players, almost came away with it. Is able to tip it free. Ritson follows on. Ritson possessing in front, centering. It's off a defender and deflected back in front. A toe drag there. Unsuccessful. And Chicago looks to counter. Pressured from Ritson, though. He hauls down a player, no call. Puck flips back out in front for Wu. He's unable to connect. 46 to play in the power play. Look for the Pens to try to get a change here as well. Ofterhide possesses, throws it up high for Starr. Starr plays it into a corner. Wrapped the whole way around to Filiaggi. He's pressured by three different players, and back comes Chicago. No further than Starr. Starr for Villela. Villela up to Filiaggi. A 2-on-1 developing, broken up nicely by Chicago. Wu with the pressure. Trying to keep it in, unsuccessful. Back comes Chicago. The Pens turn it the other way. It's Jack Reel chipping it forward. He's looking for Carter. He finds him, but the Pens are in offsides. Good call there by the official. I wasn't sure he caught it. Evans, Reel. The power play with 6 seconds left. It's Evans, Reel, and Carter. 3:25 to play, period number 3. The Penguins trail 4-3 in this one. The first lead for Chicago. They picked it up about 2 minutes ago. Actually, that was probably 5 minutes ago now. Evans tips the draw into the Chicago end, where Reel will chase it down. Pressured there, but Chicago comes out with it. Chicago's penalty is over. Thrown towards the net. The net is off. The net's off. A little scrum in front. No call on the extracurricular there. A little shot from the goalie Clutter. The Chicago dads below us are less than thrilled. Evans loses this draw. It's back to Chicago's point. Pressured nicely by Carter. He read that play, and he's got the puck. He's got the puck, and he's got Jack Reel with him. Looks back door, finds Reel. Reel in a net. Stopped again by the goaltender. There was a 10-beller. Now it's out to Evans. He shoots high. Stopped by I believe, the head of the goalie. It's Brody Carter in behind, and this one gets by. He centers the puck. Centers the puck to, I believe, Jack Reel. I'm fairly certain it was Brody Carter in behind. It could have been Evans. One of them was down on the side. The other one worked the puck in behind, was able to tip it out in front to the stick of Jack Reel. I think you're going to get assists from both Evans and Carter on that one with 2:45 to play, period number 3. We are all tied up. Pens into the offensive end. Chicago looks to come out. Picked off by Starr. Starr plays it up into the Chicago end, but they're going to get one of the Penguins for not having cleared just yet. And we've got an offsides. 2:22 to play, period number 3, 4-4 tie. It's Wu, Shub, and Paris. Wu wins the puck to Starr, who skates through it nicely, tips it into the offensive end, and goes and gets it. Jake Starr with the puck on the half wall. He's battled there, knocked down, but it goes no further than Paris, who plays it in behind for Austin Wu. He stops and starts. Plays it for Paris, but just past his stick. Chicago looks to break out, but Paris won't allow it. Brady Paris battling deep. Puck comes out to the point. Starr tries to use his feet again instead of his stick. Got to get his stick on that one. He's able to keep it in, though. Off the wall comes Paris. Picked up by Chicago. Poke check attempt by Shub, unsuccessful. And the missional counterattack. They're coming with speed. They drive it wide. They try to pull the defense with them. A great play there by Julius to tie it up, and Carter Shub comes the other direction. He plays it across for Brady Paris. Worked back to the D by Chicago. They go D to D and look to break out. The Pens are looking to change. This could be dangerous. Off a skate of Chicago. Pens able to get a halfway change. Half the line comes out, and it'll be Evans. Evans for Ofterhide. Ofterhide turns it over there. A tough pass from Evans. Kind of put him in a tough spot. Goes to the point. Shub pressures, but Chicago turns it deeper. Chicago looks back door, unable to connect, and now it'll be Jake Starr chipping it up for Brady Paris. He's got Carter Shub driving, but it's time for a change, and the Pens will dump and chase. It'll be Evans with the pressure. Evans pressures, forces the turnover to Ritz, and he sends one in on net. Kicked aside by the goalie. Back in behind. Some pressure from the Penguins here, forcing a couple turnovers, but Chicago comes with the puck. It's a 3-on-2 with speed. They look to turn, and it's off of his stick, and now the Pens will counter. It's Villela with speed. He finds a streaking Evans, who finds the post again. That's the second game in a row he rings one off the post. Played back for Evans. He'll turn into the zone with the puck. Cuts to the middle. Shooting. Blocked in front, and back comes Chicago. A 3-on-2 develops. The stick of Starr and Merlot. The puck battled for. The horn sounds. And I don't know, but I would hope that we will see yet another overtime game. It looks like we will. You don't often get these, folks, as usually the rinks are like, no, your time is up, your day is over. But we will see another overtime. If it's like yesterday, we're going to line up 4 players on each side, we're going to stick a goalie in the net, and we're going to go to battle for 5 minutes. First one to score wins yesterday. The Pens were able to connect the give and go. Evans and Filiaggi on the give and go through center ice with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the overtime. Bonus hockey for both these squads. Neither team should leave this rink feeling disappointed at all. Good goaltending, good defense, good scoring. These are 2 very talented hockey teams. We're going to see the Penguins roll out Jack Reel and Austin Wu with Rylan Ofterhide and Tino Villela. Jack Reel pressuring. Chicago works it into their end. Goes D to D and looks to break out, pressured by Wu. Wu forces an errant pass. Ofterhide there to try to make a play, but Chicago will gain the zone and get it deep. Trying for a shot, but it trickled wide. Now they look back door. A nice defensive play from Reel. He's got to get that out of the zone, though, as Chicago turns it back in. Played into a corner. It's Ofterhide. Reel up and around for Wu. Nice play there. Wu throws it up and turns it right back to Chicago. The Pens buried in their own end here early. Getting some great defensive sticks, but mostly because of turnovers. Wu on the last one. Now he comes out with it and looks for Reel. Reel streaking up the side off his skate. A nice read by Wu, a nice read by Reel. The Pens were changing in behind. And the Pens will try to get it out again, stopped by Chicago. Now it's Ofterhide for Evans. He's got a little bit of speed. He's got a little bit of Jack Reel with him. He plays it across. Reel at the end of a long shift here. Turns it over, and the Chicago team tries the home run pass. They were unsuccessful at first, but followed on, driving in with the puck. And Clutter comes out with the poke check. And now the Pens have the puck. It's Evans for Julius. Julius in on it all alone. It's a 2-on-0. He works, moves, shoots. Rebound out front. Dug for by Evans. No goal. Stopped by the goalie. In on a breakaway was Julius. Stopped by the goalie. The rebound stopped. Evans tried to follow up on that. An unsuccessful 2-on-0 there. 3:18 to play. Both teams with huge scoring chances. The Chicago with one at this end. They tried the home run pass. It was broken up by Julius, but they followed on and tipped it past, creating a 2-on-1 and really cutting around, creating a bit of a breakaway. Clutter comes out with the poke check, surprising the player. And the Pens countered with a 2-on-0. The puck is in the offensive zone for the Penguins. The battle is going on. We can't see it. It's worked deeper, and Chicago comes away with it. The defense curls behind the net, and they look to break out. Coming with a lot of speed. We got a hit. And no call. That's tough. No call on that play. No call on the slash after either. I think that's somewhat fair there. It'll be Filiaggi and Paris. The lines are jumbled. I can't see who's got it. It's Paris into the zone. And gets Wu with the puck. It is Wu with the puck. He comes out, throws it to the net. The rebound's there. Shot on net. It's Starr. Starr comes out. Chicago comes out. Past Starr. Curling in, on Clutter, big save, and it's Wu. Wu up to Paris. Paris and Whitson now. How many players do we have on the ice? The Penguins with too many men. The Penguins are playing with 5 guys. No call. I'd be pretty upset if I were Chicago too. Whitson into the zone. Now it's Chicago through center. Looking at Villela. Cut off by Ofterheide, but kicked aside. Clutter fights that one off. Rebound out in front. Turning, shooting, and scoring. And that'll end it with 1:04 to play. The puck out in front. It came off the skates of a Chicago player as the Pens tried to turn it out of the zone, creating the turnover. Clutter made the first 2 saves again. The kid who got to the rebound, though, spins and puts it back in front and tucks it in the goal. And the Pens will fall 5-4 in their conclusive game here on their opening road trip. 5-4 win for Chicago. In overtime, both these games in overtime between these teams. We would love to play these guys every single day if we could. It's exciting, fun hockey. Pens played hard, unable to connect on a couple of glorious scoring chances. I think the Chicago goaltender looked fantastic today. Made some nice saves. Pens get caught out on the ice a couple of times in their own end. Late in shifts. And those turnovers coming out of their zone at the blue line, I think, were the difference. No problem on that goal there, though, as it just was a turn off of a skate, and those things happen in hockey. 5-4 loss for the Pens. They leave their opening road trip with a 2-1 record. And we'll see you for the next broadcast.